Hello there. Do you need any help? Yes, I work here. Yes. What kind of shop is this? Well, it's a vintage shop. You know, we sell all sorts of vintage knickknacks and bits and bobs and jewellery, that kind of thing. Watches. Yeah. No, we sell watches here. But of course, second-hand vintage watches. Is that of interest to you? Oh, it is. Okay. Well, yeah, we've got lots to show you. Oh, you can't see them. Yes, that's because we keep the watches just behind the glass at the back there, just because they're often quite delicate. We like to we don't want everyone just holding them and looking at them. We prefer to take them out to show people if they're interested. Oh, you're interested. Okay. And is it a watch for yourself or? It is for yourself. Okay. Do you have any specific type of watch in mind, or are you just kind of open to seeing what we've got? Oh, you're open. Okay, that's very easy. I mean, that makes it easier for me. But what I'll do then, simple, is I'll just go and take out some of our, some of the ones we've got, and I'll bring them out here, and we'll have a look through them, and you can just tell me if you like them. If that's all right. Great. If you just give me 1 second, I'll just go and get them for you. Okay, fantastic. So I've got a selection of watches for you to look at today. Basically, I'll just take you through a little bit of the details and the features of the watches, and at the end you can just tell me if you're interested in buying any of them, or if you want to know anything more about any of them, or whatever. We'll just take it play by ear. That's great. Okay. So here's the first watch. The first watch is a very classic watch. It's just it's a brown strap, simple brown strap, and it's got this yellow face. This yellow face is what really makes it, for me, what makes this watch stand out. It's it's got this vintage style and green accents on it, and for me that really kind of pops as a watch. The man who sold us this watch told me that people would always comment on it. He'd be wearing it out, people would be like, "Oh, I love the yellow face. I love the vintage face. Where did you get that watch?" Obviously, it's a vintage collectible, so you can't buy this anywhere else. It's a one-off kind of watch. I mean, at some point in history there would have been a number of these made, yes, but right now it's impossible to find another one. Unless, you're very lucky. If you just want to look at it on my wrist, this is how it looks. It's kind of very traditional look to it, very cool. There's no real bells and whistles to this one. It's very simple. It's just a wind-up watch, classic style. You just wind it like that, twist the outside. Usually it's about 10 twists, and that's enough for the day. You must remember that if you buy a vintage watch, a wind-up watch, and you want it to last through the night, you've got to wind it up before you go to bed. I tell you, it's happened to me before. I forget to wind it down. I miss my home, and it's just me in the shop. So yeah, there was people waiting outside. It wasn't great, but it's very simple. All you need to do is wind a watch. It ticks around like normal, ticks on. There's a little bit of wear and tear on the strap, but it's an original strap. If you want to replace a strap, you can do that. It's an original leather strap though. There's a little bit of damage on the face as well, on the metal face, but you'd expect that with a watch of this kind. If it's really an issue for you, there's a little bit of rust around here, you can take it and you can take it to a specialist and get that cleaned off. But we sell this watch as is. It's vintage, it's as is. If you like it, that's it, and you buy it, it's up to you what you want to do after that. It's made by Benrus. I've not seen too many Benrus watches, but it's still working in great condition. still does exactly what you want it to do, and for me it looks fantastic. Especially if you're wearing a classic look, something like some trousers, or trousers and a shirt and brown shoes. You've got a watch like this on. It's gonna really give you that classic gent look. So that's the first one I've got. I'm going to show you now just to come completely different, just to change things up a little bit. The second watch is a Casio plastic sports watch. Now, what I really like about this watch is it's just durable and kind of can be used in any situation. So, if you are going out running, or you're playing football, or you like to go hiking, this watch is good for you. It's very durable. It's strong. It's waterproof. So it's water resistant. I wouldn't go swimming, and it's scuba diving, but you can, yes, go for a light swim, or you can, if you're in the rain, it's not you're not going to need to worry about it getting damaged. There was rust on that other previous watch, as we said. This watch, of course, is not going to rust. It's not going to damage in the rain. It's going to be durable. And I think for me, sometimes when you get like a sports watch or kind of an activity watch, they're big, they're bulky, they're kind of not very sleek, very cool. This has got that cool, simple, retro design. You can wear this, and people won't notice that you're wearing a sports watch. They'll be like, oh, it's just got a small black digital watch on. I think that's really what's good about this watch. There are a few different modes. You've got your standard mode, you've got your alarm, and you've got a timer on it. A lap timer. I think what's good about a lap timer is, again, if you're doing sports or anything kind of like that, you've got the that'll come in very handy. It's gonna be great for you. If you are walking or you're running, you want to time how long it takes to do something. If you're an active person, you know exactly what I mean. Do you yourself like to do sports or walking? Oh, you do, yeah. Well, then maybe it is the kind of watch, but it kind of depends whether you're looking for a watch that's more about fashion. Well, I guess, actually, saying that, this watch is fashionable, it's stylish. It's got a good, retro, it's got that 80s, 90s look, which is kind of very popular right now. So, it could be one to think about as an idea. I like this one a lot. I've actually got one like this at home, so I'd really recommend it as a watch that's great for an all-round. When I'm doing kind of like my cleaning, or all those kind of things like that, or I'm going for a run, I'll wear one like this. It's perfect. Okay, third watch. This one is again a bit of a deviation. Now this one, I really like it. It's made by Psycho, and it is all metal. It's got these fantastic straps that are kind of like weaved metal. Now it almost doesn't feel like metal. It's so sleek and smooth. It kind of feels like a fabric or a material. And it's got this great thing about it. This great texture to it. I really enjoy the feel of this one. It feels on the wrist so smooth and slow, so comfortable and sleek. It's a fantastic watch. The strap, is fantastic. The watch is too, but I really like the strap. The actual look of the watch, it's very futuristic. I'd say is it's more retro futurist. It's got that. It looks like it was made in the 50s, but what the 50s thought the future was going to be like. It's got that. It's like the kind of thing you'd see in sci-fi spaceman wearing a kind of watch like this, very all metal. It's all metal and white and clean. It's got that clean futuristic look to it. Gold accents on the thing, on the hands and on the on the face. It looks, which are very cool. So this one has no battery in it either, but it's done by kinetic energy. So it will stop when you stop wearing it, and then it will start again once you start. Issue with that sometimes is you have the issue with overnight, is that it will run out sometimes overnight if you've not been wearing it long during the day. If you're wearing it all day, it should be fine. If you stop if you've been wearing it, you know, for an hour or two, and then you take it off, it may be a little, it may run out during the night. That's an issue, something you've got to think about with this watch. But it's this watch, you know, it's clearly a fashion watch. It's not a watch for, you know, it's not a sport watch. It's kind of watch you will wear out on an evening rather than a watch you might wear every day. I think for me, just because it's quite a bold watch, I think it's, you know, the kind of thing you're thinking, oh, I'm going to go out for drinks or for a meal. I want to watch this got like people are going to notice it a little bit, but it's a bit delicate and it's very stylish. You know, it's not maybe not your everyday watch, but that's it. It's great to have an evening watch, you know, kind of thing that you can wear out, yeah, to the restaurant. I would wear something like this for myself as well. Like, you know, again, it goes with most kind of dressed up outfits. If I just put this on for a moment, you know, it's very nice, very chic. You know, it's not too big on the wrist. You know, it's a little bit thicker than the other watches. That is because it's, you know, it's the kinetic energy. So you know, we need that thickness for the mechanics inside to work. But you know, it's not overly thick. I mean, you get some huge watches these days. So, this is not big by any stretch of the imagination. But if you like a very sleek watch, perhaps this one isn't for you. You know, or a very thin watch, perhaps this one isn't for you. But it's not too big for me anyway. I think it's a good size. That's this one, the Psycho. Okay. What's next? Okay, so this one is, the condition's a little bit worse than some of the others, but it is by a good brand. This is a Ben Sherman watch, who, obviously, you know, most people know Ben Sherman. It's a British clothing manufacturer, well, designer, who, you know, they're known for their kind of their classic British look, kind of the mod look, and you know, this is quite a simple watch. You know, I think what's different about this one, it's got that square face, which you don't always see on watches. You know, it's got a square, simple block frame. I think it's a very manly watch. You know, it's quite a strong, you know, butch look to it, which I like. I think it's very simple but stylish. This one's currently got a black strap on it, which is very simple. I personally think you might want to change that. I think it might look better with a brown, or maybe even replace it with some kind of metal strap, because I think it's so, yeah, I think it's taken away from it a bit, the black, with being with the silver. Personally, that's my personal view, but you may differ. You can see there's a little bit of wear and tear on the edges of this one. You know, it's a well-used watch, but I think that almost adds to it. You know, if you come here for a vintage watch, you want something with a bit of character, a bit of life to it. This watch has character to it. It has life to it. It's a classic name. You know, it's going to be well made inside. Now, this is not currently, but on that topic, this one's not currently running. But that's simple because it needs a new battery. We don't tend to do repairs here. We don't change them. But when it arrived, it was in working condition, and we've tested it with a new battery, and it works. It's just, it needs a new one. We don't replace them. That's not how we work here. But if you buy it, of course you'll have a warranty though. We tend to have them for 2 months because we're a rental shop. If something breaks within 2 months, then feel free to bring it back and we'll refund you. Or if you buy it straight away and for some reason it's not working, you can just bring it back. It's very simple. There's no need to worry about that. But as I said, there's no battery in it for the moment because we don't tend to put batteries in them as a rule. More about the watch. You've got that Ben Sherman logo in the middle there, the classic logo for Ben Sherman. And again, it's very simple with this one. You've got just the numbers in silver around and a cream face. It's also water resistant actually, so maybe it is an all everyday watch, and I guess that's perhaps where we've got all the wear and tear from, is that it's been so used so often that it's kind of worn down a bit. But I think there's a lot of life left in it, and I think it could be a fantastic watch. So you know, that's the Ben Sherman. The watch has actually got a lot of life left in it, and it does say it's genuine leather on there. So if you don't want to use it, perhaps you should keep the strap and use it for something else. I don't know, but yes, that's the Ben Sherman watch. It's a good one. I've got 2 more for you that I'll just take you through before you can make a choice or whatever you want to. The next one is the red herring. I don't mean that as in it's there to confuse you. No, it's actually the brand of the watch is red herring. This one I have a lot of time for this watch. I think it's perhaps my favourite of the black strapped ones. It is entirely black. Black face, black outside, like pin, like strap, and then just silver for the accents and the hands. So sleek, so stylish. Now I think this goes best with a suit. Simple. If you work in an office, a watch like this, black suit, even a grey suit, fantastic look. That's what I would say about this. It is a look for it's such a streamlined look. It's such a all black, lovely. For me, this is an absolutely fantastic stylish watch. It is something but it is a kind of high fashion piece, if you get what I mean. The others are kind of, you've got some more everyday ones. You've got your sports one, and then this one is nights out. Is if you're wearing a fancy shirt, I'm talking about not just the rest of dinner restaurant. I'm talking I think we said that about the silver one, which is it is an evening watch, but this is more of a night out watch. You're going out for drinks with your best shirt on, or you're wearing a suit, or you're going to a wedding. You want a watch like this that's all black, sleek, simple, silver hands, lovely stuff. This one's running. It's much younger than some of the other ones. It's in great condition. It is, I think it's a leather strap. It may not be genuine leather, but I'm not sure. But it's got a lot of life left in it anyway, so I wouldn't worry about replacing that anytime soon. So you've got a lot of quality in this watch, and a lot of life left in it. It's a battery powered one. This one, you have still got that 2-month warranty on it. It's but it's going to last you. This one is kind of newer. It's a younger watch in general. Some of these are very kind of 10, 20, 30 years old. This one, I think it's been made in the last 5 years perhaps. So I mean, it is vintage, but it's it's second hand. It's a used watch, but it's not vintage as in like from a period, not from the 60s or 80s. It's just it's a second hand watch, but it's still very good. It's still very cool, very stylish. That's the red herring. I'm a big fan of this one. I think if you are the kind of man who likes to wear a suit a lot, then it could be good for you. Is that your kind of thing? No? Oh, okay. Well, perhaps maybe not, but I still think if you like to dress up, it could suit you very much. Here's my final watch. This is another one that's powered by movement. This is another black strap watch. This is again, I think, an everyday watch. I think it's got the versatility about it, where you can use it for any situation. It's a simple round face, round silver face with the red detail behind. It's much like the first one. I would say it's the black watch strap to the first one's brown. It's got that simple silver, that classic silver design, but with a black strap instead of the brown. I think this is. I'll show you on my wrist. It's the kind of watch where you can just wear it out any day. Whether you're wearing, whatever a smart casual outfit you've got on, it's kind of work for you. It's again, it doesn't like kinetic power. You can hear it a little bit. There's like a little thing in the middle that'll move, and that's how it kind of charges up. Again, the same issue with if you use it overnight, it may run out. But because this is more of an overnight watch, I think you won't have such a problem with this one. It'll be fine. It will last you. I think if you're wearing this every day, which I think if you buy this one, you will be wearing it every day. Then I think it's not going to be a problem for that. The strap is in great condition. This is a vintage watch. I think this is maybe 90s or 80s. But the strap's been in great condition. I think my guess is the strap's been replaced more recently, but it looks like it's a leather strap. It feels like a leather strap. It's in great condition. So the strap's going to be no issue. The watch is in great condition, so the watch is going to be no problem. I think if you bought this, you know, you're getting a great everyday watch for, you know, a good price. I think it, and also because it's so simple, the face. If you want to change it to a brown strap, you can do. I think that'll work perfectly with a brown strap. I think you've got no problems there. You just, you know, take it to a normal watch place, and they'll do the repair, they'll do the change for you. Usually it's the price of the strap and then a little bit more. It's not very much, you know. I mean, straps, depending on whether you get leather or not, can range from, I think, £10 to £30 or £40, but that depends on whether you want real leather or not, and kind of how nice a strap you want. But I think it's completely down to preference, and this watch doesn't really need it. But if you prefer a brown strap, you can go and do that. It's very simple. So that's my last watch. Have any of those been interested in you? Oh, they have. Which ones did you like? Oh, so you like the sports one? Oh, we kind of mentioned that. Yeah, that was that's very, you know, that one is a great buy for you if you like doing your sports. You know, you can just, you know, it's just simple, you know, good quality watch that you can just, you know, use every time you go out to play sports. So I think that's great. That's just £5. So okay, fantastic. I'll put that one to the side for you. There we are. And was that it? Did you just want that one? Oh no, there was another one that caught your eye. Which one was that one? Oh, the silver one. Yes, you. I didn't. I mean, I wasn't sure that you were, you know, such a, you know, fashion stylish guy, but I think this one is a great choice. Now this one has, you know, it's metal. It's clearly properly vintage. It's a bit more expensive. It's £30. How does that sound? That works. £30. Great. So here we are. Let me just put these two. We've got the two of them there. There's the two watches. Those two of them. There we are. Just give it to. There we are. And if you just put a card on the machine there. Thank you. That's gone through. That's gone through perfect. I hope you've enjoyed the shop. If you have any problems with the watch, remember you can bring them back within 2 months, and you've got your receipt there, so you can, you know, bring them back within 2 months. And if there's a problem, we'll just give you money back, or we replace them for the watch for the same cost. Also, if you want to know good repair places, you know, you can always call us or anything like that. So it's not a problem. And please feel free if you want anything else. You know, if you're interested in, you know, pottery or, you know, clocks, or watch a clock for the wall, or books, or anything like that. Please feel free to come back, because we've got all sorts of stuff here. As you can see, it's a bit of Aladdin's cave here. So we've got whatever. Great. Thank you for coming. No, thank you. Have a good day. Have a good afternoon.